I'm Tony Cecil with AGCO Product Specialist. This morning we're going to be installing a drag rod kit on this DynaFlex header. Before getting under the head to install the drag rods, make sure to lower the safety stop on the lift cylinders. Correctly orient the drag rod to the mounting assembly and install the drag rod with a 5/16 by 1.5 inch cap screw and lock nut. Now we're going to install the drag rod assembly at the rear of the skid on the end of the head using our 5/16 hardware. Repeat the procedure for the right hand side. Prior to plugging in the potentiometer, you'll want to verify that the wires are in the correct position on the weather pack connector. As you can see, this one needs changed. Pin A needs to be the black and green wire, pin B is correct with the blue and orange, and pin C should be the red and green wire. To change these pins, you'll need a weather pack connector pin removal tool, and all you do is slide the tool over the male connector pin in the weather pack and remove the wire out the back side of the pack. Then simply put the pin in the correct location and press in until you hear it lock and can pull against it without coming out. Once the pins are in the correct place, relock the cover on the back of the connector and plug the connector into the potentiometer. Cut the existing zip ties, pull the slack of the harness to the rear of the head, and secure the harness and slack at the back of the head. Now repeat the procedure on the opposite side of the head. Now install the 5/16 bolt into the hole in the rear of the header frame located in front of the gearbox. Then take your 5/16 lock nut thread it down on. Next, take your chain and put the last link over the 5/16 lock nut. Install a flat washer, another lock nut, and secure in place. Put tension down on the chain when tightening to keep it from spinning out of place.
Okay, the next step, from the factory, the main harness up top here is hooked up to the cutter bar potentiometers to use in flex mode. So in order to utilize the drag rods, we need to switch these harnesses around. So the first one we'll do is the main harness. It reads on here 2 jumper for drag rods. The jumper is located right down below here. So we'll go ahead and unhook the main harness and the jumper. And the main harness is going to go to the jumper, and it is a pretty tight fit. Secure that connection. Next, we'll take the jumper up to the main module.
We're now going to adjust the potentiometer for the calibration. With the drag rod all the way down, you need a reading of 3.9 volts on the monitor in the cab. With the rod all the way up, shoot for a target of 1.1 volts. If you can't get exactly to 1.1, ensure that you have a minimum of a 1 volt difference between drag rod all the way down and all the way up. To make this adjustment, you'll use an Allen wrench in the set screw in the bottom side of the drag rod mount by the potentiometer. Loosen that set screw, place your screwdriver in the slotted shaft, and slowly rotate the shaft until you get the desired reading in the cab. Once the desired reading is met, secure the set screw and verify by travel of the drag rod that you've reached your target voltages.